demonstrate this. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so the invention of the cotton gin was in 1793, and it made it more profitable to grow cotton in the South than ever before. So cotton became the South's largest and important crop. How do you think the cotton gin impacted the need for slave labor? How do you think it impacted it, Christopher?
It helped them make clothes and stuff.
So it did help them, it did make it easier for them to make clothes and stuff, but how did it impact slave labor? Who was picking the cotton, guys?
The slaves.
The slaves. So now, if they have the slaves picking the cotton, and they have this gin that's now making it easier to get those seeds out of the cotton and making it where it's more fluffy and ready to use, what do you think that did for slave labor? Do you think it increased it or decreased it? Increased it, because now I want more slaves to go out and pick more cotton, because I have this gin that can get all the seeds out of it and make it ready to sell. And when I sell it, I make what? Money. Alright. So most cotton was grown on large farms known as plantations. Most of the work of planting, growing, and harvesting the cotton was done by enslaved African Americans. So in the South, like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and some parts of Florida, they produce things like cotton. What else do you think they produce?
Steel.
Not steel. That was more in the north.
Wood.
Cotton. What did we see on the board earlier? Sugar cane. But guys, if you were an African American slave in like the Florida Keys, y'all know what the Florida Keys are?
Yeah.
All right, you produced something called tobacco. They grew tobacco down there, and you did not want to be. You didn't want to be one of those enslaved people in the Florida Keys, because that was backbreaking labor to get that tobacco harvest.
That's what it is. It's not good for your lungs.
It's not. All right, give me 5. We got to stop with all the side conversations, guys. We will never get through this. All right, the population of the South was about 12 million people. 1/3 of Southerners were African American slaves. In contrast, the North had about 22 million people. So what do you think that did? Who do you think had the most power, with the population in the South being 12 million and with the population in the North being 22 million? Cam? The North. Why? Because they had more people to make what?
Cotton.
Not cotton, but they had more people to make more decisions. Their decisions or their opinions would be more, because there were 10 more millions of people in the North than in the South. Alright, so selling cash crops was very profitable for the South. So many Southerners did not see a need for factories. In the North, they had factories and people working in those factories that they were paying to produce, to do all the things that they needed them to do, to get the cotton and to make it into clothes, bed sheets, and curtains, right? So in the North, they had factories. But in the South, who's doing the work for them? Slaves. And they weren't paying those people. They were just making them work free labor. So the South did not see a need to have factories, because they're like, why do we need to spend our money paying people in these factories when we have people doing it for us for free, all 4 legs? Most white Southerners did not own slaves, but many Southerners supported slavery, even if they did not have slaves. So 77% of people in 1860 had no slaves. 20% of people had 0 to 19 slaves, and only 3% of people during this time had 20 plus slaves. So, social status. What's social status? Christopher?
How much you spend time with other people?
Not socializing, but social status. Anybody know? Aiden?
Like how crazy you are or something?
Not how crazy you are. Can we say how important people see you?
Yeah.
How important you are in society? So like with us, will we be considered really rich people?
No.
No. But would we be considered very poor people either?
No.
No, so we're where? We're in the middle, so we're middle class people. So during this time, social status was important in the South. The wealthy people were the plantation owners. The middle class and small people middle class people were the small farmers, and the enslaved people were who? They were probably what? The poor people. Alright, so this is an example of a plantation home. How you see how big is 2-story house with these big beautiful trees out that really pretty green grass out in front. That's an example.
I thought it was 3.
3-story. Well, yeah, they might have an attic, so yeah, could be 3-story. All right, this is another example of a plantation. Y'all see that pretty architecture? All right. All right, so urban life. What do you see here? What do you see?
It's color on that side, but
Movement.
I
see lots of people.
I see urban life.
You see urban life, okay. So what do you see in the pictures? What are these like? Buildings. Can you tell what that is? Those are like roads and more buildings. What's that? Boats. Okay, what about right here? What's that?
A wagon.
A wagon. So what do you think urban means? If we said that rural was country life, what do you think urban is? Island? Oh. Help her out, Ellie. City life. Urban is the city life. So the city life, they have big tall buildings, they have roads, they even have canals. So canals are like rivers basically, that streams that run and boats go up and down. You know how cars drive on roads? The boats go through canals. Alright, so in the north, the soil and climate were not suitable for large farms or plantations, so industry grew quickly. So in the north, they did not have these large areas of land, and their soil wasn't even good enough for growing crops, so they had more what? What they have more of?
More waters.
Not waters, but it starts with an F. We said they were putting pollution out. Factories. They had more factories. Their industry grew instead of crops. Alright, the North specialized in manufacturing. Manufacturing means taking a raw material like cotton and creating a product. What do we say some raw materials were earlier? No cotton, because cotton makes clothes. So we said what, Christopher? Wood. Because Christian. Wood makes what? What do we use wood for? Paper. Benches or furniture and tables, houses. Alright, so what about metal? Metal's a raw material. What do we use metal for, Mallory?
Like iPhone 15.
Poles, or at this time what they need? What they have?
Machines.
Machines, yeah, I'm pretty sure they use some of the metal to make more machinery and tools. But what about the trains? Railroads, yep. Don't the rail cars run on metal? Alright. So northern factories produced a variety of items, including textiles like cloth, tools, railroad equipment, guns, ships, paper, and furniture. By 1860, 90% of the nation's manufacturing came from northern states. The North had a larger population of people and bigger cities. It also had more railroads, factories, and canals. The North also had better communication tools such as the telegraph. The South had farms and plantations, so they needed slaves to help with labor. The North had factories and paid labor, and they did not need slaves. The economic differences caused problems because they made money differently. One relying on slaves and the other not relying on slaves. So being that one was relying on slaves and the other one was not relying on slaves, what did that cause between them? What do we say? When they were butting heads, they was causing fighting, but if they're fighting, there's
war.
not friction, but it's all tension. There was tension between them. Alright, so Oh, Lord. Hold on 1 second. I thought this bounced back from earlier. Rashawn, sit up. Hunter, sit up. Alright, so there's a picture of a factory, which between the north and the south, I need y'all to help me fill out this T-chart. So factories, who had more factories, the north or the south? Mallory. North. All right. What about metal? Who dealt with more metal, the north or the south? Leslie. The north. Good job. Well, who had the smaller population, the north or the south? Paisley.
South.
All right. What about more enslaved workers? Who had more enslaved workers, Christopher?
South.
The South. All right, and Christian, who had less enslaved workers?
North.
The North. All right, who had more dealings with railroads and trains and all that, Hayden?
The north.
The North. All right, what about, this is a picture of people picking cotton. Which, between the North and the South, who dealt more with that, Hunter?
South.
The South. All right, and what about who had a larger population, the North or the South? Marcus, who had a larger population?
The north.
The North. All right, and what about cotton? Who dealt with more cotton? Lyric?